Good day, Rusk enjoyers. Hope you're right, 'cause it's time for Proper Review. Now, last week we discussed the last roster for September 2025, and that means today we're here to talk about October Force Wipe. So sit back and relax. I'm going to start yapping. So, what was my initial reaction when I first saw this roster? Bedskins? Yeah, we knew it was coming. So, Facepunch basically announced that they were going to start a brand new initiative. Every single month, when we have an update, a brand new skinnable will be added to Rust. And Beds, they were the brand new first ever instance of this. So, alright, cool. It's not like we've never had like new skinnables before, but this was the start of many new ones. So every single month from now on, brand new skinnables. But I don't trust them. What do you mean? Well, it's not like we haven't learned from things in the past. And as I said, I've seen it all happen before. So, literally, the year before, large backpacks became skinnable. But even then, as you can see with this video, I didn't trust it. And why is that? Because I remembered the behaviour when the L96 and the road sign gloves first initially became marketable. Yep, I'm silly, but these patterns tend to repeat over and over and over again. Rust is like that. So in regards to backpacks, I could see the writing on the wall. Initially, when we have brand new skinnables, the first few skins will sell ridiculous amounts. Because people are like, oh my god, skins for them, I need them, I want them. Well, in regards to these first two backpacks here, No Mercy sold, I've read, it must have been 50,000, almost 60,000. I'm sure you remember, it was a lot. Hardsuit also did about 30,000. And then the week after that, more, and the week after that, more. And all of those backpack skins just kept selling tons upon tons. Like I remember one of them being the Blackout backpack, and that did like 55,000 subscribers. Anyway, what happened? Both of them went down in price. If you see what happens, is as you keep seeing more and more of this skinnable, getting more and more skins accepted, well, inevitably, the first few skins aren't so special anymore. And then, of course, you get like Twitch drops and all that. So I'm sure you understand. I thought the Beds were going to probably be doomed. Now, of course, a lot of people have bought them because they want them. But when they see a new, interesting design, sold, new one is bought. We tend to see that a lot of AK47s, don't we? Yeah, but I knew the behaviour was very likely to repeat itself. So, all right, cool. Understood. So, what else did I think when I first saw this roster? Well, dreams have come true. A cards box has finally been accepted into Rust. So, for a very long time, you might recall the Neon Storage Collection. When it was complete, when all the large boxes were finished, the skin creator actually started making a few small boxes. Now, this is way before we got the small boxes accepted. But one of the small boxes was a cards box. To this day, we've never seen the Neon cards box being accepted, even though we've begged for it quite a lot. Even though we've seen like the 5 small boxes in the Neon Storage Collection being accepted, none of them were the cards box. So when the skin creator behind the small props collection was obviously realising, oh, I've got a good thing going on here, he asked about what people would like to see. Loads of people kept asking for cards box. He went and made it. Well, initially, he made a black version. And I remember telling him, look, listen, if you can't have these glow in the dark, make sure they're all distinguishable, make sure they're all different colour. So he also made a white version. He kept the black version. As you can see, Facepunch also kind of wanted to follow suit. They picked the white one. So from here and now, okay, we're going to see some interesting designs perhaps. But not everybody was super thrilled with the design. They're hoping to see the cards box was actually look like a pack of playing cards and whatnot. Perhaps it was a limitation for the skin creator. Oh well, but the point still remains, basically, in regards to, this, it's still the first ever cards box. People need to put away their green cards, their blue cards, their red cards. They need to put them somewhere. Well, now they have a small designated box for it. Ooh. So could that hold up? Would it be interesting? Would the price maintain? Well, there's definitely a consideration. I should also mention brand new focused item of the month, Miner Hat. That was the first Miner Hat to be accepted in about 8 years. A very long time. However, you might recall with the Salvage Dice picks, oh, what happened? Well, we kept getting more and more and more, and all of the newer ones went down in price. I look at this and I think, that's an awesome looking design, perfect for Halloween, which was about to happen. But of course, if there's going to be more, I just can't help but assume there's going to be complications, issues, problems. Cindertop collection continues, looks nice, can't complain. And then, I just noticed it. Oh yes, the Olympus AK47's been accepted, and it looks very nice. Marble-esque white design, gold trim, and ooh, look at that. A very nice transparent aim sight. Something you'd normally see on a Twitch drop. So, alright, cool, can't complain. So overall, it looked pretty interesting. But when I actually sat down and thought about it, out of all these skins, which of them happen to look like pretty interesting investments? What potentially was the best thing to consider investing into? So initially, I did talk about the cards box. I thought, you know what, it's special. People have been asking for it for a very long time. Yeah, surely it would do quite right. Let's just hope it doesn't sell too ridiculously. Then I did bring up the Phenotype Charcoal. Again, with all these Phenotype skins being accepted, we do have Halloween in a way. Could there be complications? We'll see how it goes. Let alone with the small boxes, how far will that even go? But so as long as there is a collection, and if people do, desire them, okay, they will maintain their price. But October Force White, around now, we would start anticipating that prices are going to really start to drop off. So autumn fall seasonal dip, we're potentially just about to go through the absolute worst of it. I looked at all the skins, so brand new skinnable issues for both the beds. They do look very nice, but again, they can't escape that problem. Focused item of the month, we do expect lots more skins to be accepted for this. That could be a problem. Most AK47s tend to drop off. They're not always that reliable. Wooden Door, SAR, another M39 is accepted. So it's like, yeah, there's a lot of potential problems there. I don't think it's going to hold up very nicely. Now, I haven't even mentioned the boots. Let's just quickly mention those. So, Caution Collection. Well then, So this initially started off back in 2018, and as time went on, we got some hoodie and pants, and then eventually, because of course we've got this silly pattern going on, a pair of boots are accepted after a very, very, very long time. So yeah, the random pair of boots to help complete a collection, lovely stuff. But it's an incomplete collection. Was it actually going to work out quite all right? Didn't fully feel confident with that, so okay, fair enough. And as you might notice, it was also the beginning of some very nice charity bears. So special items that make you nice and comfy in game, only up to 70%. But yeah, these were going to be available for every single Rush store throughout the month, and all proceeds would go to the charities. So Cancer Research UK and Ronald McDonald House. So yeah, lovely stuff. I bought 2. Did you? Feel free to comment below. So all right then, yeah, there could be some, complications, but some things did look pretty sweet, pretty interesting. Well then, how did the first 24 hours of sales look then? So over to here. Now before I show off the first 24 hours of sales, I just want to point out, I made this tweet. Quick heads up to those curious, the bed skins are selling quite absurdly after just a few hours. Yeah, my expectations were being met pretty quickly, so just a few hours, this has over 12,000 subscribers, and this has over 9,000 subscribers. And then eventually, with the first 24 hours of sales, 24,000 subscribers. Now, the Phenotype Charcoal did just about eclipse the Tropical Bed, but both of them were selling pretty absurdly. So, okay, well, that part is correct so far. But of course, when we show off the outcomes, maybe it might be a bit different. So yeah, that was happening. Charcoal's also selling quite nicely, nice and steady. Anglerfish Miner Hat, it has 17,000 subscribers. What? Well then, okay. As I did mention, it's the first miner hat to be accepted in a very, very long time. So people are like, oh yeah, I could have a miner hat. That'd be nice. But little did they realise, there'll be more coming along. Oh yes. So Cards Box also not selling too ridiculously, but again, it looks like it's going to comfortably go over 20,000 subscribers. Fingers crossed it slows down. AK47 selling less compared to all of these. All right, not too bad there. But then there is a bit of a drop off. So yeah, Wood Door, I mean, no one's going to really care about that too much, unfortunately. But yeah, wooden doors just drop off instantly. Their prices never retain. Nuke Vibe Sir. I didn't even talk about your Nuke Vibe collection skin, but then again, I don't think people cared because as you can see, only 4,600 subscribers. Viridian M39, I swear we had 6 M39s in a row. Are we surprised to see it sold hardly anything in the first 24 hours of sales? No, not really. And then Caution Work Boots, well, not selling that much, but with an incomplete collection that started off 7 years before we even saw these, I'm kind of not surprised. And, well, you can't see the sales for things Face Punch makes themselves, but I do believe a lot of people did buy these because quite a lot of funds were raised, so props to you if you bought them. Right then, so that's everything in regards to sales and thoughts and whatnot, so let me just quickly keep you up to date with some of the things that I did. So I remembered this, and I made a brand new version. So yes, new Skinnables sales problems. The reason why I mentioned that, this was because it was, the writing was on the wall. It was pretty obvious what was going to happen, and I had to make a video talking about it again with a fresh, lick of paint. So this really does set the tone, and it really just like, this is to be expected with every single brand new skinnable that we're going to see from in the future, right? So every brand new month, it's expected. So of course, as we went through November, we had the brand new handmade LMGs. And then for December, we're anticipating the tactical gloves. The first few skins, did they sell pretty absurdly? Well, yeah, No Mercy handmade LMG did, and it didn't really retain its price. But we also didn't see that many handmade LMG skins being accepted. Quite a fair bit less compared to beds. Let me put it that way. So maybe we'll talk about that in a little bit more. But yes, this factor is something we have to take into consideration. And then small boxes. I did kind of briefly touch upon like the idea of, is it actually going to turn into a proper collection? Point I'm trying to get across is we've never seen a small box collection with more than like what, 5? Yeah, pretty much. The supplementary extra portion for the Neon Storage collection was nice, but only went up to 5. And then we've had like base designs like stone small box, and then sheet metal small box. Do you remember this? Armored small box. They came out, but they didn't really last very long, and they didn't really retain their value. But this is like an actual attempt for a small storage collection that's like neon storages and graffiti storages, and well, of course, Xenotype storages. So I had to bring up and discuss, well, how far do you reckon it's going to go? We'll talk more about that in a bit, don't you worry. Right then, so hopping over to Abnormals, let's now switch over to here, and let's discuss, well, what are my initial thoughts, and what prices did I suggest for all the skins in the Rust store. So on this specific night, let's just kind of zoom in. There you go. Yeah. 43,000 subscribers for the cargo heli bed. Yeah, that's pretty absurd. Yeah. Xenotype charcoal. Yep, 32,000 subscribers almost, followed by 31,300 subscribers for the tropical bed. Anglerfish minus hat, 30,000 plus subscribers. What? Small cards was eclipsed by the AK47. This did slow down. So the AK47 had just over 22,000 subscribers. Small cards box just over 21,000 subscribers. Luxury Gold Wooden Door, 13,400. Nick Vibe SAR, just under 10,000 subscribers. Virgin M39, 7,300. And Caution Work Boots, just over 6,000 subscribers. So, okay. The first few skins selling very, very nicely. These two, okay. And then the rest, not that much. So, okay, cool. What prices did we suggest for all of them? So, Abnormals first. Cargo heli bed, listed there at $2.49. I thought, you know what, maybe it doesn't go down too ridiculously bad, so I suggested 70 cents to $1. Now, regards to the tropical bed, same thing. This was selling for $2. This was selling for $2.49. But I thought, with its design, you could really turn this into a pretty interesting collection, like a tropical deplorable set. Imagine like a locker, imagine like a rug, imagine like a sleeping bag, imagine like a proper deplorable set that you could put inside your base. I thought that might be pretty cool. But with that being part of the cargo heli collection, it already existed, and it's not a very in-demand collection. So, okay, maybe that one could work out a bit better. But then again, I just expected the same prices. Both of them, 70 cents to $1. Xenotype charcoal. Same old, $1.70 to $2.20. That's what we've said with every single Xenotype skin. Anglerfish miner hat. I looked at it, I questioned it, it also wasn't abnormal. So let's talk about that in a bit, sorry. Olympus AK47, a $3 skin, transparent red ape sight, lovely marblesque white design, lovely gold trim. I thought about, well, you know what? This could turn into a very interesting, lovely looking weapon collection. I'm sure a lot of people would appreciate it. And again, white weapons do tend to be appreciated quite a lot. A lot of people do like to roam around in the snow biome. So I thought to myself, at $3, sitting there with just over 22,000 subscribers, I thought I'd offer about $1.70 to $2.20. Now, in regards to the small cards box, yes, this was abnormal. All the previous ones weren't. 21,000 subscribers, $1.49. Could this actually work out? Could this actually, maintain the interest that people were basically asking for and whatnot? Like, I suggested 80 cents to $1.20. I thought about it. I looked at it. I thought it looked nice. And I thought, you know what? Yeah, I'll go pretty strong on it. I'll do that. Luxury Gold Wooden Door. 13,400 subscribers, and yet you are a wooden door. I didn't trust it. So for that, I suggested only 40 cents to 60 cents. Didn't want to go near it, really. And then for the Nuke Vibe SAR, cool, you were $2.49. I didn't think anybody really cared too much, so 60 cents to 80 cents, not an in-demand skin. Anglerfish Miner's Hat. So now we're going to talk about the skins that weren't abnormal. That was priced at 99 cents. It did look cool, but then again, we were expecting like a lot more Miner Hat skins to be accepted. So for that, I said 50 cents to 70 cents. Viridian M39. Again, another M39, and all of them weren't exactly doing very well. 60 cents to 80 cents. And then the Caution work boots. It's an incomplete collection. It's not selling that much. I didn't think it was that in demand. I just went with 40 cents to 60 cents. So, all right, cool. So that's everything that needs to be said. How did everything turn out? What was the outcomes? So let's go ahead and talk about that right now. Both the beds absolutely collapsed. They sunk, they crashed, they burned. But what also happened was we just kept seeing more and more and more beds. So as of now, we have 13 in total, and we are expecting some Twitch Rivals Twitch drop beds as well. So we're probably going to go all the way up to 15. And well, I wouldn't be surprised if we just keep seeing more and more and more. Bed skins, I mean, Face Punch absolutely loves to keep accepting them. As you'll notice, well, down 67, down 69, down 36, down 34, down 49, down 18, down 30, down 20, down 52. These two are doing quite all right, but it did take a while for the sales to kind of calm down and whatnot. So that 33, let's quickly confirm it again. This right here, 33,000 subscribers. This right here, almost 46,000 subscribers. Honestly, are we surprised? No, not really. So, yeah, haven't seen anything sell like this in regards to beds for a very, very long time. Now, you might sit and say, well, what about the Twitch drops then? Have they also had an impact? I mean, as of now, we've only seen one, which is the Pan Pots kick drop bed. That's it. But again, I do anticipate more, and we are expecting more. Yeah, it's looking a bit problematic. But I did warn people. I did tell everybody, guys, you've got to be prepared for this. It very likely will be happening, and lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. So recently, we did see the Popstar bed, and I did end up buying 50 of these. But with its position, with its design, you know, anime girl on a bed, how could you say no to that? It's a waifu bed. Come on now. That didn't sell too much, and it looked to be in a perfect position, so I bought a bunch of them, as did everybody else, and the price is doing very well for itself at the moment. So yeah, that took about 2 months to happen, because all the other ones, still, it didn't look like it was going to be okay. We do expect more. So now, let me just quickly go on a bit of a side tangent. Handmade denim G's. So this was the second brand new skinnable. We only got 3 skins. Well, like at the end of the month now, we very likely won't be seeing another one for a while, although we do know we're getting a Twitch drop. This did 35,000 subscribers. Nowhere near in comparison to the Cargo Heli bed, but it's still quite a lot. And as you can see, it's down by 61%. Now, both of these were doing kind of all right because they are the only 2 skins that existed, but then this appeared. Blackout Handmade LMG. A lovely transparent aim sight design. Yep, blackout skin, transparent aim sight. Both of these are crashed and burned. So that very likely will probably be the only one that's going to be appreciated for a very long time. But it's also not too surprising. Blackout weapon skins, they are appreciated. So yeah, brand new skinnables, there are issues, there are problems. And well, it happened again, and it'll very likely keep on happening. So remember this. So we suggested 70 cents to $1 for both of them. How are they currently holding up? I can't confirm based on what I see over here, and I'm just turning on my Steam inventory helper extension. 77 cents at the moment. How bad did you go though? Because I can see 64 sales have happened today, but have you been any lower? No, you're quite literally at your lowest point right now. Interesting. So I'm pretty sure I had picked up a bunch of these, and well, let's just quickly find out. If you click the actual picture, oh, there I am. I only bought 10. I noticed there was going to be problems, and I removed my buy order. So, all right, cool. Would it ever recover? We'll have to wait and see. We might have to wait a couple of years. I'm not joking. But yeah, not surprising. But hey, it's not too bad. It's a nice glow-in-the-dark design. It's just we have seen other interesting designs. So, okay, fair enough. And then the tropical bed. Let's go take a look at you. Right, so yeah, you're literally just a little bit cheaper. But then again, look at this guy. Yes, I'm pretty sure listing 20 right about now is a very, very clever idea. Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't just sell to the barter there. So, okay, cool. So, both of them are kind of similar, but this is slightly lower. And will they ever recover? Well, we'll see. Can't confirm tropical bed could have turned into an interesting tropical collection. But, yeah, Face Punch didn't want to accept the tropical sleeping bag, the tropical small box. Sucks because I honestly think like a tropical deplorable set would be very unique and pretty cool, and I think a lot of people would approve. So, dang. All right then. Well, it is what it is. Did you buy any of these beds? Did you literally straight, from the rust store buy any for yourself? Feel free to comment below. All right. So, yeah, bought 16. Removed the buy order. Yeah, I could see it. Could see there was going to be problems. So I know I talked about both beds at the same time. We kind of skipped the Cenotype charcoal, but I thought it was befitting. So okay, cool. Phenotype Charcoal Large Box is not too bad. So, Phenotype Collection, it's improving. It's not perfect, but it is improving. So, as we get closer and closer to January time now, I am noticing the skins are improving a bit. But we still have the odd stupid person. Yes, we'll go there. 14 listings. Why would you do that? Also, why would you try and sell around now? Not everybody is fully informed with how the Steam market usually behaves, but I assure you, best time to sell, January time, okay? So, it might look pretty interesting to you now, but avoid. Anyway, sales history. Well, are you at your lowest point? No. Lowest point was back in October. Phenotype Collection suffered. It suffered during October. So, it wasn't instantly noticeable, but of course, there was 3 weeks where we did not have a Phenotype skin being submitted because the skin creator needed to submit a Halloween skin, and then we had the Halloween restores. Phenotype, all of them, they suffered, they dropped. There was a big problem with that. Now, did I pick up any with a buy order? Did I remove any? Let's just see. I bought 34 and I removed it. So, all right, well, there you go. Perhaps you probably bought more for yourself, but this proposed boxes DLC, whatever it's going to be, keep an eye on commits, got to keep an eye on commits, whatever it might be, I mean, that could be a massive problem for this. But for now, not too bad. And with my buy orders, yes, I bought them with my buy orders. So, yeah, okay. I'm not upset with that. I'm sure I could flip them. I have to wait until January time, though. So, all right, cool. So, yep, January. We're seeing improvements at the moment, but we're expecting. With December Force Wipe, the naval update will be introduced. And that is when I think we're going to start to see the real, like, all the things lining up perfectly, everything set in motion. We're going to see a lot of people playing Rust. That's going to be a lovely, strong lead-in for the January Force Wipe. So, we'll see how it goes. Right then, so back over to here. I could be nice and optimistic, but we'll see. You might notice all of them are down in price. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was anticipating it. I did mention that. So, okay, cool. Anglerfish Miner's Hat. So, yes, you're the first miner hat to be accepted in a very, very, very long time. But then we had another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. Yippee! It didn't help that the very next one was the Angelic Halo. An absolutely absurd, silly, strange, weird, mad, stupid, crazy, odd design, but it got accepted. And a lot of people bought that as well. 32,000 subscribers almost. Next week, 30,000 plus yet again. And then the following ones, just under 8,000, and barely over 5,000. Like, yeah. I'm pretty sure people were a little bit too crazy with these two. But for what they were pretty sweet. This is awesome. That's still a surprise to me, but anyway. The writing was on the wall. I did warn people, and as we look over it right now, as I suggested, 50 cents to 70 cents for this, and you might notice, oh no, it's actually gone lower. Yeah. Far too many of them got bought, and it doesn't help that these people are doing this. Oh dear. So, did you buy any for yourself? Did you pick up any of a buy order? Feel free to comment below, but yeah, not the best. I did pick up every single one of them with a buy order, so I just want to confirm that. Let's just quickly look at you. Let's see. Yep, there you go. Hedge with 50. Ooh. So yeah, I bought them with the stronger buy order. Noticed it wasn't going to be perfect, so I removed the cheaper buy order. So, oh dear. Not good. Not good. Olympus AK47. It wasn't doing very well for a very long time. But literally, just the previous week, a certain revolver appeared, and our smiles returned. So, the Olympus AK47 sold for $3, and we suggested what price again? $1.70 to $2.20. It got cheap. It did get really, really cheap. So let's just go over to here. And as I can confirm, we've got a bit of a straggler. This is almost about to turn into a $3 skin. But before we saw the revolver being accepted, let's just quickly show you this. So, do you see how it just magically goes up? Like, do you notice how there's a sudden huge burst of interest? Oh yeah, that was when the revolver was accepted. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. So let's just hide liquidity again. Look at it again. So at its lowest point, I'd say it's probably around here. The beginning of November, this was selling for just barely over $1. That's how bad it got. But as time went on, it looks like it was actually starting to improve regardless. But the revolver being accepted really did give it like a second wind. So yes, that is now improving. It's a very nice looking skin. And let me tell you this. If you're looking for a nice white AK-47, but you can't afford a Comics AK-47, let me just quickly show you this. Comics AR, is that correct? Yep. Not everybody can afford that, but you can afford an Olympus AK47. You can afford a Arctic. What's the other one called? Arctic Wolf. No, what's the other one called? I can't remember. But anyway, there are other options out there for a white AK47 for those people out there that cannot afford spending about $20 on one skin. So yeah, okay, cool. So that very likely will be appreciated even more as we go through January time. So cool. So initially problems, but then it rose back up. So I'm happy with my buy order. And how many did I pick up? Because I didn't buy any straight from the Rust store, but I did pick up 32 of them with a buy order. Cool. So hopefully I can flip that into a nice bit of profit. So we did mention this. The Olympus AK47 did eclipse the small cards box. That did happen. You can clearly see it. Did it actually have demand? Well, you'll notice that the price is down a fair bit. But how does it actually look? So let me just scroll down. Let me just quickly turn this on. There's only 69 listings. 21 sales have happened in the past 24 hours. And it still looks pretty thin. So, small props collection. How has it progressed? Because with the most recent Rust store, I can confirm we didn't see a small prop skin being accepted. Now, one might assume, oh no, is it the end? But honestly, I think with the recent Rust store, it's like a pseudo complete the sets. And then we're going to have the naval update skins being accepted next week, and it's very likely just going to be naval update skins. I did ask the skin creator, it'd be awesome if you made like a fish box, because where are we going to store all our fish? You don't need to put them in a fridge, do you? Only when you cut them up. So okay, cool. So yes, small cards, you have gone up a price, you've gone down a price, you've gone up a price, gone down a price. Not too many listings, but it every now and then it has an off day. If we saw just a decent amount of sales, it would go back up to its Rust store price and above. So look at it again January time. I'm sure it will improve. But let me just show you this. How bad has it been? Well, technically now it's actually worst. Really? I wonder what happened. Is it just people sending to the highest bidder? Probably. But it was going up quite nicely initially. I mean, it was doing good not too long ago. Even during November, it was doing quite all right. So it just has some weird ups and downs. We'll see how it goes. But I'm not upset with the fact that I bought a bunch of them with a buy order. I'm not gonna complain. I'm fine with that. I'm happy. I was smart to just stick with a buy order. But yeah, right now $1.20, and it has been a bit cheaper, but I won't be upset. I'll be happy. So okay, cool. So the wooden door, we didn't really feel confident with that. I said 40 cents to 60 cents, and I don't even think I did an actual bar on it, and I'm not even going to show the currency conversion, because you could probably tell it's not that much, but yes. As time went on, it went down, and it's just stayed like that. So right now, this is sitting here at about like 65, 70 cents, and it just hasn't really changed that much. It's just there. The bars are just there. What about the sales? Well, 9 in the past 24 hours of sales. That's the wooden door. People do not care about wooden doors, I'm afraid, and their prices just in general drop off. I 100% would have just said, look at all the wooden doors over the past few years. Do you see a single one of them in the positive? And people be like, oh, I don't see one. There you go. Like on average, every single one of them goes down to at least less than $1. So the writing was on the wall. I didn't trust it. I didn't go near it. So, okay, cool. Right then, so Nuke Vibes are... Didn't make too much of a fuss about this, but then again, I didn't really do that much in regards to when it first initially came out. It was a collection continuation to the AK, and of course the doors, but even then there was no interest. The AK-47 dropped off pretty quickly. I just couldn't help but assume the SAR would do the same. It turned into a not very in-demand collection, and well, there you go. Look at what happened. So I suggested only 60 cents to 80 cents for this, and to be honest with you, I mean, yeah, not too bad. So let's just quickly switch over to here. Ta-da. Right, yep, so... yeah. Chances are I probably bought a bunch of them. Did I remove my barter? Let's go find out. So let's just look at you, and I bought 20. All right, then I removed my barter. Okay, I'll live with that. I'm not going to complain, so yeah, whatever. Viridian M39. I mean, yeah, it was the same thing, 60 cents to 80 cents. How many M39s have we seen being accepted in such a short amount of time? Oh my. Arctic Skull, that was the collection I was thinking of. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the very next, like, 2 weeks after this, another one was accepted. So, yeah, it wasn't very good. It wasn't very good. Yeah, this went down to about 80 cents as well. We'll see it for ourselves, and there you go, just under. Barders aren't really there. It's not a very in-demand skin, I'm sorry to say. Yep, too many M39s. Not surprising. And then lastly, Caution Boots waited almost 6 years to be accepted, as you notice. it was it was an incomplete collection. We don't get that many yellow skins, do we? I do remember though, when this appeared, this did spike in price quite nicely, but it didn't last. I didn't feel confident with it. I said 40 cents to 60 cents for that, and well, it's down to about 70 cents. So yeah, unfortunately, sales weren't there, demand wasn't obvious, only 5 sales in the past 24 hours. Oh, well. But could it ever recover? Yeah, sure. We just need tier 3. The skin creator is Mr. Bear Trip, and he has many collections to juggle, so I don't think we'll see a work collection, caution collection for a very long time. I'm not saying no, I'm just saying I don't feel confident it will happen anytime soon. So, alright, cool, understood. So, you dropped off, and, well, the whole Rust all dropped off. I was anticipating it, it happened, and let me tell you, October, oh, it was real bad. We saw lots of skins dropping off real low. So, it is what it is, okay? It was anticipated. I thought it was going to happen. I just did barters and all of these. I was anticipating problems, and, well, here you go. Look. Maybe you'll see some of these recover quite nicely as we go through January time. As I said, AK47's improving. Small box isn't too bad. Large box is okay. The bid suffered as expected. The minus hat suffered as expected. Like, it wasn't surprising. What about the next Rust store then? What's my, let's have a nice little sneak peek. So as you'll notice, we have 1 bed, we have 2 bed. Oh no. Instantly 2 more beds. Type collection still progressing. The absolutely absurd Angelic Halo Minor Hat is accepted. Thunder Gold Backpack. Oh, sweet. So Thunder Gold collection returned. That was not, again, not everybody can afford lovely whiteout collection. So they can instead appreciate Thunder Gold collection instead. So, yeah, Thunder Gold, a very nice return. Black Ops gets an LR300. Interesting. I'm not very confident with LR300 skins, am I? So, cool. Small diving box. So, of course, we mentioned about whether the collection was actually going to be a collection, the small boxes, and you might have noticed 2 images of a yellow and a blue box. The blue one was accepted. The small blue diving box, lovely stuff. And all-seeing eye door, accepted after the garage door. So, yeah, it's a fine looking batch of skins, and that will, of course, be talked about in the next profit review. So, cool. Right, so feel free to comment below. Did you pick up any of these skins with your barders? Did you buy any of them straight with a purchase from the Rust store? Feel free to brag, or maybe not brag, because of course if you bought them from the store you probably lost some money. In regards to expectations, I do believe pretty much everything here matched up to expectation, which was not good. I do hope to see some improvement. I am quite invested into some of these because I have managed to pick up quite a bunch of them with a barter, so that's cool. Right, so yep, that's it, that's a wrap. So thank you very much for watching the video, I greatly appreciate it, and of course keep an eye out for future profit review videos.